If you're thinking about moving to Fairfax, then I've made this video just for you. I'm gonna break down the good and the bad so you'll know exactly what to expect before your move. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Crystal Walker with Ask a Walker, and you're watching Where to Live in Northern Virginia. On this channel, we like to give you the inside scoop on everything there is to know about the area. And if you want even more information, or if you're ready to take the next step in your home buying journey, just click the link down below in the description to schedule your perfect home consultation. We'll meet virtually to hash out your priorities, answer any remaining questions you may have after watching the video, and create a solid game plan for finding your next home. So let's dive into the good, the bad, and the in-betweens about Fairfax City. We're gonna go ahead and get started with the cons, and if they don't scare you away, then stick around for the second half of the video where we cover Fairfax City's pros. Con number one is gonna be that there's no metro station in Fairfax City. If easy metro access is gonna be at the top of your wish list, then the city of Fairfax might not be your best bet. There are no metro stations within the city limits. Now, there are a few options nearby. The closest options are gonna be Vienna and Dunloring. Both are going to be between 3 and 5 miles away, depending on where you are in Fairfax City. Now, that definitely shouldn't be a deal breaker if you don't mind driving to the station, but if you're hoping to step out of your front door and hop on a train, well, that's gonna let you down. With that said, the city does have the Q bus system, which connects to these metro stations, so that can make it pretty easy to get there when you have to. Con number two is traffic, because of course it is. This is Northern Virginia. So you knew traffic had to make the list, right? Now, if you're commuting on Route 236, 123, or University Drive during rush hour, you can expect to add some extra time to your trip. And here's another thing. There's no direct route to get from one end of the city to the other. Fairfax City is pretty small. It's just over 6 square miles, but getting around sometimes feels like you're playing a game of which side of the street can I take to avoid sitting at this light for eternity. If you're headed to Fair Oaks, Chantilly, or Centerville, you'll be dealing with more turns and stops than you probably like. And if you're driving into DC, all I can say is plan accordingly. Now, let's say you do decide to drive to the metro, which can be pretty reliable. But even on a good day, you're probably looking at 45, maybe 55 minutes to get there. And if there are delays, add even more time to that. All right, con number three is gonna be that Fairfax City is a city, kinda. Fairfax City has a downtown, but it's not like Arlington or even Old Town Alexandria. Now, there are some charming spots, a few great restaurants, and overall has a small town feel, but it doesn't have like that vibrant energy of a fully developed downtown. Now, that said, there are some redevelopment projects happening, and the city is working to bring more life to the area. The Route 50 corridor, for example, is constantly seeing new renovations, and many older businesses and strip malls are getting facelifts. All right, so now we have to talk about con number four, which seems to be on pretty much every one of these lists, which is the high cost of living. And the biggest factor there is going to be, of course, housing. The median sales price in Fairfax City is going to be $697,000. With the $700,000 budget, you're probably looking at a slightly older 1 to 2 level single family home. So think maybe an updated Cape Cod or a split level home. Because a lot of the homes in Fairfax City are a little bit older, they aren't the biggest properties. So this is one rare occasion where you could actually get more space in a townhome than a detached home at the same price point. So with that same $700,000 budget, you can get a 3 to 4 bedroom townhouse with anywhere from 2 to 3,000 square feet. Now, another cost to consider is going to be property taxes. And with a $700,000 home, you could expect to pay anywhere from, let's say, $6,000 to $7,000 a year. Another thing to keep in mind is going to be Virginia's personal property tax on vehicles. Unlike some states, Virginia charges an annual tax based on your car's value. So if you got an older car, you'll save a few bucks there. But if you have a newer car or a high-end vehicle, you'll see a higher bill. Now, Fairfax City is an independent city, which means that they have their own taxes, which vary from those of Fairfax County. And one of those differences is going to be the food tax. So if you love dining out, just know that you're going to see an extra charge in your receipt. The city of Fairfax has a separate 4% food tax that gets added on top of the 6% Virginia sales tax. So that means when you grab a bite to eat at a restaurant, you're looking at a 10% tax rate on your meal. Now, definitely not a deal breaker, but it's something to keep in mind if you dine out frequently. All right, now let's talk about why people love living here. And first up is gonna be the fact that Fairfax City is in a prime location. You're about 20 miles from DC, 10 miles from Tysons Corner, and you're close to major employment hubs like the Dulles Tech Corridor. It's near enough to I-66 and the Beltway for commuters. So whether you're commuting to work or heading out of town, the convenience factor is high. And while the metro isn't in the city, the Vienna station is just a few miles away, meaning that you still have access to public transportation, even if it isn't as convenient as having a station in the city. Pro number two is that Fairfax is surprisingly walkable. While you might not be walking to work, you can absolutely walk to shopping, dining, and entertainment. With just over 6 square miles to work with, the city has done a great job of making it pedestrian friendly. So whether you're grabbing groceries or strolling to a coffee shop, you can do a lot without having to jump into your car. And if you're looking for a place with a strong sense of community, this is it. The city of Fairfax hosts a ton of events throughout the year, from the Chocolate Lovers Festival to Rock the Block, the Jazz Fest, and the Festival of Lights. The vibe here is a lot more laid back than other small cities in the area like Arlington or Falls Church. It's a place where you're more likely to strike up a conversation while walking downtown, and there's a true small town charm to it. And even though it's a small city, surprisingly, Fairfax has 25 parks covering over 250 acres with over 24 miles of walking trails. So whether you want to go for a jog, play sports, or have a picnic, there's definitely no shortage of green space. And our final pro is going to be about the arts and entertainment in Fairfax. Fairfax isn't just a commuter city, it has a cultural side too. The Fairfax Art League Gallery showcases local artists. Then there's the Fairfax Symphony Orchestra, which offers professional performances. Plus, with GMU right down the road, you've got access to concerts, theater performances, and big name events at the Eagle Bank Arena. The city of Fairfax is home to 24,000 people who enjoy a mix of suburban charm and city conveniences. If you want a quieter, more affordable alternative to, let's say, Arlington or Falls Church, but still want solid amenities and a central location, then Fairfax might be a great fit. Now, traffic is a real problem sometimes, and yes, the downtown could use some more buzz, but the parks, community events, and overall convenience make it a strong contender for anyone looking to settle down in North Virginia. So what do you think? Does the city of Fairfax sound like your kind of place? Drop your thoughts down in the comments and let me know if you have any questions. And if you're ready to move to Fairfax or anywhere else in North Virginia, we would love to help you find your next home. Click the link in the description to schedule your perfect home consultation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.